Hello everyone and welcome back to tomorrow's weather today. Today we have a potential severe weather outbreak in Michigan and Ohio as we have a moderate risk posted for today. And then an enhanced risk that goes through most of Ohio and Indiana and into northern Michigan. Slight risk extends from that into Kentucky, West Virginia, most of Pennsylvania, and most of upstate New York. Marginal risk extending into New Jersey all the way down to the Gulf states and then all the way up to Wisconsin and the northern part of Michigan. We have a 5% chance for a large area, 5% chance for tornadoes, and a 2% that extend from there all the way to Alabama and Georgia. Our biggest risk for today is damaging winds with a 45% chance in that moderate risk area with significant severe. And then a 15% chance for hail for most of Michigan, all of Ohio, most of West Virginia, a lot of Kentucky, Indiana, Pennsylvania, and most of upstate New York. Widespread severe thunderstorms expected across portions of the Midwest and Ohio Valley today and tonight. Damaging thunderstorm wind gusts are the main threat, although a few tornadoes and severe hail are also possible. Looking at the HRRR model, we can see storms right now firing in Illinois. If we take this ahead, we can see storms um, start going in Michigan and Indiana by 17Z, which is 1 to noon to 1 p.m. For this area. Moving ahead another hour, storms becoming more widespread in Michigan, Indiana, and starting to fire in Ohio and Kentucky. Taking it ahead another hour, storms moving along through Michigan and Ohio, about to clear Indiana. Now fully out of Indiana, we have a line of storms that are coming in through Michigan um, and Ohio. I think the best chance for tornadoes is going to be these that are out in front of the line, out in front of the main line, but I can't rule out any of these within the convective system. The line now really starts to get going and is extended all the way down through Kentucky, up through Michigan into Canada. By 22Z, it is almost offshore Michigan, but most of Ohio still dealing with it through the night. And by 10 p.m., 11 p.m., this should be out of Ohio and into Pennsylvania. Looking at surface-based CAPE, the energy in the atmosphere for today. Um, eh, Pretty good, over 1,500 for most places, getting up to 2,500 for others. By 17Z, we know that our storms are getting going back in this area at this time. And then you can see where our storms are. So let's take a sounding right out ahead in Ohio of these storms. Yeah, very hot, 90 with a 69-degree dew point. Those LCLs are high. Decent SRH, but not a lot of turning with heights. You can see our photographs are very small in nature. Possible hazard type is severe. Lapse rates are pretty steep. You can see that here. DCAPE is 1400, so pretty strong, if I do say so, in that area. But let's take one in southeastern Michigan. Severe threat. DCAPE is going to be high, 1500, because of these dry layers in the mid to upper levels. Lapse rates are pretty good. LCLs are pretty low. Not a lot of SRH or shear um, due to very little turning with height. Let's see if we have a cap. I don't think we're going to have a cap in place. We can see our, yeah, there's not going to be any cap. If we go over to the charts for today, we do have a warm front to the north, and this is right here is the remnants of Tropical Depression Cristobal with frontal systems now, and but this will be the forcing as it moves upward. We take this head to 18Z, we can see where our fronts are. Um, Basically two frontal systems that are going to need to be watched for the focus of storms. This is going to be the main one though, the one to the south. As that pushes through, thunderstorms will extend um, towards the east. Looking at dew points, we can see a lot of 70-degree dew points for this afternoon. Let's take a forecast sounding in northern Ohio. Saying marginal severe. My guess is because there's very little shear at this time. A little bit of a cap up in around 700 millibars. The LCLs are pretty low. And decape's pretty high. Um, if we go back to reflectivity, I want to take one right ahead of that cell. This is saying severe. Decape's going to be high, 11, 1200. Shear's pretty low. Um, so this is why I think today is going to be mostly a damaging wind threat with an isolated tornado. Decapes are going to be pretty high. Um, and there's not going to be a lot of turning with the winds with height. You can see supercell composite isn't overall that great, as you will want to see widespread areas of higher numbers, but it's not really widespread. Same goes with the SIGTOR parameter. Let's take a sounding right in there. I'm just curious to what this looks like. It's contaminated, so it's not really the best sounding. But at this very point, there is a lot of turning with the wind. So this is 21Z forecast hour 8. I'm just curious. Yeah, the storms are there. That's why that. Looking at the way it is. Looking at our low-level flow at 850 millibars, we have a heightened area up here in Michigan and in Ohio, where we have 40 to 50 knots of wind. Going up to 500 millibars, we can see here's our trough. That's our forcing for this right here. And our jet stream is out in front of it at 500 millibars, which is going to help with the damaging wind threat. So you know what I like to do at the end of every video for severe weather. Look at the mesoscale analysis. Let's look at surface observations first. You can see our storms going just off the coast of Chicago. 70-degree dew points with 70 to 80 degree temperatures. 87 with 72. Yeah, so dew points are high right now. There's a lot of moisture in the low levels, which helps bring down those LCLs. Looking at supercell composite, it is there. We can see our storms get going within the next 2 hours in Indiana and southern Michigan, and they start to line out in the next 4 hours, according to the RAP model. So this is going to be coming up soon. Bulk shear, there's some. There's a lot behind this line of storms, and you would want to see it ahead. Cape is already building in. The RAP is suggesting up to 3,500 in some places. Going back to wind shear, let's look at surface to one helicity. You can see most of the helicities up to the north, and there isn't a bunch, but there is some, 150 right ahead of those storms in Ohio, which would be enough to get a tornado out of those cells. Downdraft Cape is already pretty high, and it's going to stay high. So there's going to be a lot of outflow with these storms. The ones right now are these are going to move on top. We can see that with the RAP. The storms and the 500 millibar winds start to shift over. And one last thing, let's go check out our satellite view for today as it's looking right now. This is going to get most of our risk area. That's not going to Yeah, that's going to be good. So we can see our storms getting going. These storms over the Great Lakes right now. Um, we can see our system right here, and then here's the remnants of Cristobal up here, and then our other what's forcing it for today. Um, I can see our front right in there. You can see these clouds right here, um, and that's where our front is, which is going to help with the lift for these storms as they move towards the east. So that is it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. I hope everyone stays safe if you are in the path of this severe weather. This is a potential severe weather outbreak. Make sure to like and subscribe. Turn on those post notifications so you never miss a new video. And comment down below just anything you want to comment. Whatever you want. I'm interested about hearing about my subscribers. I hope everyone has a good day. Stay safe. Thank you all for watching.